The location, beautiful, Pasadena, California. Normally there's cotton candy skies that delight the eyes for the perfect home of football to be played at the iconic, hallowed grounds of the Rose Bowl. The teams playing in it, obviously very improbable. The Alabama football team is back to full prominence, and the Indiana Hoosier football team is representing the Big Ten in the college football playoff in the Rose Bowl as their champions and the only undefeated team in all of college football. Hey, welcome to Field Pass with the Pat McAfee Show. We're so incredibly lucky that we get to do this. That's Boston Connor. That is Ty Schmidt. That's Tone Diggs, Darius J. Butler, and AJ Hawk. And today, boys, we got a special one. There is obviously a franchise, a brand that is no stranger to this moment in Alabama with a brand new coach, AJ, traveling to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, if you want to look at Alabama, they go as Ty Simpson, their quarterback, goes. This guy has been very, very good. A big win against Oklahoma last week. I think if they can find a way to establish the run game a little bit, which they have not been a very explosive run team, but in these sloppy conditions, you never know what could possibly happen when it comes to this run game. But as Ty Simpson can play well, this Alabama team has a very good chance to win. And defensively, their D-line is finally healthy together, so they're going to try to get some pressure on Mendoza and stop that tough Indiana rushing attack.
Ty Simpson accounts for 70% of their offense, 17-point comeback against Oklahoma in the fourth quarter. Obviously, he looked great. They talk about a tough schedule, but some of the teams that they ended up beating during that tough schedule run actually ended up to be complete shite as football teams whenever it was all said and done. Kalen DeBoer had to fill in for a goat. Shoes has obviously done great. And then let's talk about Indiana, the improbable. 58 years since they've been here. A lot of people didn't even realize they still had a football team. Kurt Signetti goes over there, D-button, turns an entire franchise and state around.
Yeah, Coach Sig is probably, for my money, the best coach in the country right now. What he's been able to do with this program, getting them here. Then we got Fernando Mendoza. You have an anthem or something?
No, I don't think so. Smart.
Fernando Mendoza, probably the number one pick in the draft this year. The weapons on the outside, running back by committee, and pretty much all the important categories on defense. Indiana's top 5 in the nation, and so they came in this game ready.
Day one of 2026, we disrespect the United States. Can't have it. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Honestly, very, very kind of you. And then, Conman, we obviously live in Indianapolis, very close to the situation. I actually voice-overed the pump-up video for the Indiana Hoosier football team and said it's our time and our change. You've become an Indiana fan, Conman. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it just means more. You know, Alabama has been here. Indiana hasn't. They want it more. I feel like we could see it in pregame while we were walking in here. We actually saw Mark Cuban drinking beers, having some champagne. I just cannot wait to see what Sig brings against his former team. First team with a bye to get a win will be IU today.
Yeah, that will certainly be a story. 0 for 6 are the teams with byes in the college football playoff since it moved to a 12-team playoff. Fernando Mendoza, Ty Schmidt, special player, special talent, special time.
Yeah, special time for Indiana. You mentioned it. It does mean more. It looks like it might be, I don't know, close to 80% IU fans here at the Rose Bowl. I think we expected it to be quite a few, but I tell you what, if they can get some momentum early, they might turn this thing into Memorial West.
Yeah, and Kurt Signetti would obviously love that. So would Fernando. Feel like they're mature now and ready for it. Tone Diggs, some numbers on tonight's game, and then if they start talking, remember, it's January 1st. Let's not disrespect America.
Trust me, I am not going to talk over America. I love America. We all love America.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
IU has gone from 7 to minus 7.5 right before the game, but 60% of those bets are on Alabama right now.
We're about 10 seconds out. I feel like you nailed it. Got a little, is this Nickelback, the Hero song? Or is that Creed? There goes my hero. Sorry.
Southern California. The commander for today's color guard is Colonel Stephen Chadwick, commander of Fort Irwin, California. We now invite those that are willing and able to stand as we play our national anthem, performed by the Indiana University Marching 100 under the direction of Dr. Tiffany Galis.
The first ever.
The United States of America has college football. Your country does not. The Rose Bowl, Alabama, Indiana on the other side. College football playoffs, quarterfinals, roll on.
I hope somebody got that.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl, the 112th edition of it, where the Indiana Hoosiers are the home football team, hosting the Alabama Crimson Tide. Kurt Cignetti and the Hoosiers take the field in the Rose Bowl. This Indiana football team, AJ, has defied all of the narratives that Indiana football has had since the beginning of time.
They have. If you watch Kurt Cignetti, I would say he's dialed in, huh, Pat? Sorry about that little pause there. I'm just soaking up this atmosphere.
Kalen DeBoer and Alabama take the field for the Rose Bowl here on the first day of the year 2026. Kalen DeBoer tries to get a Rose Bowl dub for Coach Saban, whose last game coaching was a Rose Bowl loss.
Yeah.
We got official Kevin and the boys from the Big 12.
Yep.
They'll be doing the coin toss here. I hope this toss by Magic Johnson is the greatest coin toss in the history. There is possibility here.
Absolutely. Magic always brings good vibe, healthy, tall, strapping lad. Can't wait to see this game, though. SEC, Big Ten, Rose Bowl.
To the college football playoff quarterfinal at the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential.
Good promo
My name is
here.
Kevin Marr. I'm with the Big 12 Conference. Alongside with me is Mr. Rick Pedraza, our umpire. I'd like to take this time right now to recognize our important guests right now. First off, the president of the Tournament of Rose Association, Mr. Mark Levins.
That'd be Mark. Who's that guy? I didn't hear.
Next,
Looks cool.
the Grand Marshal of the Tournament of Roses, Mr. Irvin Magic Johnson.
That'd be Magic. That's the president of the Super Roses.
Gentlemen, the coin, please.
Oh, the Grand Marshal.
No, that's Magic Johnson. The other.
The coin has two logos on it.
What do we think? Tails?
One side has the
Tails,
Alabama
heads.
Crimson Tide logo.
I'm going tails.
The other side is the
Whoever
Indiana
wins the coin
Hoosiers.
toss winning the game.
I like that. That's the coins.
The coin toss winner will be determined by whichever side's team's
I
logo
hate
is
this.
facing up.
I hate it.
Got it?
I don't like it.
Ready to go. Here we
What
go.
don't you like?
They're not doing heads or tails. We'll never know.
Oh, what is it?
They're just
Alabama
throwing it.
Crimson Tide has won the toss.
Alabama
They've
won it
elected to
because
defer their option till the
their
second half.
Alabama
You
picture
want
was
the
on that
ball,
side of the
which
coin.
direction
That's
would you like to
bull.
kick?
That's
Put
what are
your
we
back
doing
over
here?
There, please.
Well, I'm going Alabama today.
What?
So we'll see if it doesn't count.
It's too much.
Son of a-
It's too much Hoosier love over here anyway.
There's a lot of Hoosier love. Boys, you're down at the other end. What do you think is the split of the fans? Because it is very difficult to decipher who's on what team from this particular perspective.
Yeah, there's a lot of red, but the more bright red, the more IU red. It looks like, I would say 65-35 would be my guess, or maybe 60-40. I definitely think it's an IU, more IU crowd.
Yeah, I think Fernando Mendoza's the reason. I think Kurt Cignetti's the reason. I think the thought of the Indiana Hoosiers playing in the Rose Bowl is a fever dream for some of these Hoosiers fans who never could have imagined the day, and that's why college football is so special.
I mean, we couldn't imagine it. Imagine somebody telling you it would be a top-ranked team in the country 4 years ago, playing in the Rose Bowl, the favorite by a touchdown over an Alabama Crimson Tide team. That'll be nuts, man. But unbelievable season, great coach, great quarterback, great football team.
And the story cannot be stressed enough about what Alabama has meant to college football, and Kalen DeBoer going in there and holding up his end of the bargain. First season, 1892, long-ass time. 985 wins in a couple less years, 9 college football playoff appearances, 13 national titles to 0. Okay, so a little heavy in the history on one side, a little light in the loafers in the history on the other side. But today could obviously change it all. Indiana Hoosiers win in the Rose Bowl against Alabama. The entire world has to recognize what's happening in Bloomington, Indiana. And if Alabama can show up and show out and knock off the #1 team in the country, holy hell, Alabama's not only back, but maybe better than ever. A lot on the line here in Pasadena. Let's get this thing started. Big ball. Mendoza in the Hoosiers offense will take the field first. Heisman winning year for Mendoza at quarterback. Transferred in from Cal. Now, Cal had a special year last year.
Yep.
We all experienced the Calgorithm. Mendoza hits the transfer portal, joins Kurt Cignetti and the boys. Got some offensive linemen in the portal. Got some weapons last year in the portal. Now, in the granddaddy of them all, can you show up and be who you've been all season? That's the only question for Mendoza in this Hoosiers football team. Couple shifts, both sides. Mendoza, first snap, surveying the field. Sack from Alabama. We weren't talking about that much, D-Bud.
We were not, but that's how you want to start a game, on defense. Might be a defensive battle. We'll see. I mean, the Rose Bowl, they did a great job with this field, but defense going to start these games until these nerves get settled in.
Second and 11 or 12. Fernando Mendoza hands it off. Have some room. Roman Hemby, 2 running backs averaging over 5 yards per carry for this Indiana Hoosier team. You think Mendoza, you think Heisman. You don't really think about them pounding the rock, but Cignetti knows they have to.
Yeah, they follow Coach Cignetti's kind of motto that he is a tough, hard-nosed dude, so obviously you want to physically dominate in the trenches.
Riley Nowakowski in motion a couple times for Indiana. Mendoza down again. How do you start a college football playoff game? How about 2 massive sacks on the Heisman, D-Bud?
Oh, man, this is another game. Coming off that bye week, are they a little rusty? Are they up yet? This Alabama defense, they showed up early. If you have this quarterback under duress, just free hitters at the quarterback. Fernando Mendoza never had a chance on 3rd down. You couldn't ask for a better start on defense for this Crimson Tide.
Was that cover 0? We shall see. Cole Adams back to return. Not a great punt. Takes a good bounce. Ty Simpson, a man who orchestrated a 17-point comeback in the first round against Oklahoma in Oklahoma. Gets to touch the ball after a quick 3-and-out for Indiana. Connor, I know you're an Indiana fan. Nightmare start for your Hoosiers.
Yeah, brutal. Just like last night, Miami starts with a 3-and-out. Interesting tidbit, Omar Cooper Jr. did not get a snap on that opening drive for IU. Something to consider there.
What was the report on him going into the game, Tone?
That he was going to be okay. He suffered that injury in the Big Ten, but all indications were that he was good to go for this one.
Ty Simpson, empty backfield. Trips left. He's got time. He's throwing that thing away. Great coverage on the back end out of Indiana. Did you notice anything that Alabama was trying to do there with their first play?
Just looked like great coverage on defense, but Ty Simpson didn't look comfortable. He was kind of peeking over his backside, almost looking at ghosts. But you would expect something comfortable, a quick completion, a run, something to get going this first 15 for both of these offenses. But right now, defense is dominating early.
Ty Simpson. Spins it, dime to Ryan Williams. A lot of people wondering where he's been. Kind of missing in action over the entirety of the season. Game of 4 there, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, this would be a great day for him to get back on track, I would think.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the greatest of all time, Coach Saban. Coach, I don't know if you can hear us or not.
I can.
What are your thoughts on the start of this for Alabama?
Well, 2 sacks and 2 passes look good for the defense.
Nice completion. First down, Alabama.
Well, I think getting off to a good start in this game is really important, especially for Alabama. Confidence, momentum, coming off the Oklahoma game, I think that's really important, especially on offense.
Okay, so now everybody's going to talk about it. 0 for 6 right now. The team's with the bye. Indiana, do you think early that was a part of it? Do you think Alabama's hotter because they had to play last week? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, you know what I said to you this morning. Is it rest or rust? And sometimes offensively, I think you get affected a little bit more by the layoff.
Ty Simpson extending the play, spinning it, finding Joshua Cuevas, Los Angeles, California native. Now, Coach, this Alabama team has gotten better throughout the year. Is that what you've seen from them, or what are your thoughts on the entire season for Alabama to this point?
Well, you know, they played really well during the middle of the season. They had 5 or 6 really good wins. Got hurt up a little bit, played poorly, bounced back a little bit, you know, in the last game against Oklahoma. But this Cuevas guy who was injured, he's a big part of the offense. This guy, this tight end, he really makes Ty Simpson feel comfortable.
Are they going to be able to run the ball, or do they have to?
Well, they haven't tried yet, so we'll see.
Here's the first attempt.
There they go.
Daniel Hill has some space, picks up a first down. If they can run it, that'll be a bad night for Indiana, Coach.
Well, I think it's important that they can create some balance, because you can't just tee off on the quarterback. Indiana does such a good job with simulated pressures to affect the quarterback. If they can't run it and create positive down and distance for the defense, they're going to give them a lot of headaches on offense.
Ty Simpson, shotgun. Daniel Hill right behind him. Ryan Williams got the ball early. Will he continue to be a factor? Run it again, they said. Why not? Gain of a little. Like that they tried to get the run game going.
Yeah, last night, Coach, Carson Beck, he used a lot more of his legs, used his mobility. You see both quarterbacks. I think that'll help him out. Is that a conversation you have with your quarterback going into these big playoff-type games? Like, don't be afraid to just tuck it and pick up 4. The positive play, keep it going forward.
I think it's important when you have an athletic quarterback, when the plays break down, it's always not going to be perfect, that they can go make a play with their legs. And Ty Simpson can do that. I mean, I don't think he's an outstanding runner, but he's good enough to make a play if you need it, just like you saw last night.
Yeah, Carson Beck surprised all of us with how tall he is. Ty Simpson out to Daniel Hill in the flat. Great open field tackle by the Indiana Hoosiers. That's the difference between this year and last year. It feels like their eyes aren't wide open in these massive moments, this Hoosiers team, Coach Saban.
No, I think you're right about that. You know, once you've been there and it creates a new horizon. So they expect to be here now. So they expect to go play well to withstand it.
Little confidence for the boys.
Phenomenal job in the open field, defeating that one-on-one block, the big tight end, Boykin getting them on the ground.
3rd and 14, ball on the 41.
3rd and long, bad deal for Alabama. This is what you don't want. Watch these guys create some simulated pressure. Here it comes. 3 runner at the quarterback.
Ty Simpson, pick. Oh, pass breakup. Great simulated pressure by this Indiana team. That is literally what every good defense wants. They got them right where they needed them there, Coach.
That's right. You get a free runner at the quarterback, you're going to destroy every offensive play.
What do you see, A.J. Hawk?
You see Hardy coming off the edge, free runner. Simpson doing a beautiful job to avoid the rush initially and then getting the ball. Obviously, lucky it did not get intercepted.
Yeah, for those at home that's not aware what simulated pressure is, that means you're sending 4 or less. You still got the guys in coverage, but you're still showing the look of pressure. You saw it work beautifully right there.
Coach Saban, how was that rain this morning? I saw they had a nice rain blocker for you for the entirety of game day.
Yeah, well, you know, I thought I showed pretty good mental toughness.
A lot of great mental toughness. And Mendoza and the boys are going to have to do that as well. Coach, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the hell out of the game. Good luck to your Alabama.
Love your group here. You guys have a great one. Thanks,
we love
man.
you, Coach.
Those have been my first playbook and the playbook that I'm going to carry through my side through my entire life.
A truly beautiful moment there with the Mendoza family. Elza is the inspiration for Fernando and Alberto. They communicate every day, and Fernando seems to be the perfect man to be your quarterback. Got a long road here to score some points at the Rose Bowl. Handoff to start this entire thing. Let's get some space for the boys, AJ.
Yeah, let's try. I want to see who flinches first. Both these defenses are playing very well, attacking downhill. I want to see who has the first explosive over the top.
We talked to Coach Cignetti about how he handled the 3-week layoff. Didn't want to practice too much, didn't want to practice too little. I mean, this is new world for them as they try to find what the right script is, D-Bud.
That would be tough. Even as a pro, I would hate 3 weeks off before a huge game, but I couldn't imagine that as a 19, 20-year-old playing the biggest game of your life and having 3.5 weeks off. But as players, you show up and you play when it's time to play.
That was a good pounding of the rock there. Gain of 4. Now you got a 3rd and short. Indiana can throw or run here. Hey, Ty Schmidt, whenever we talk to Coach Cignetti, there's other added distractions in here that are good for your team. You know, the Heisman ceremony, and then the flights were delayed, and trying to manage it all is this whole new world for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he kind of said, you know, like Mendoza was big in kind of keeping that steady. And, you know, I mean, a lot of firsts for this program, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of team bonding.
A lot of motion on the rollout. Back across his body. What a strike.
Big time throw.
From Fernando Mendoza to Elijah Surratt. What a season Surratt has had. He's been here his 2nd year for the Hoosiers. And Fernando Mendoza, he can move a little bit. White boy's got a little motion as he throws back across his body, D-Bud.
Hey, you know, that's a Cuban, actually, straight from the crib, Miami, Florida. But, yeah, he's definitely got movement. Great job out of O.C. Shanahan, getting him out of that pocket. Sprint right option. You've seen it 1,000 times on 3rd and short, A.J. Always a good weapon for the quarterback.
Quick tunnel screen. Elijah Surratt. Let's get the ball in his hands. Obviously, we saw plays like that last night go the other way. Fernando Mendoza picking up a couple completions here. Good blocking.
Oh.
Hey, Alabama was trying to Keontae Scott that thing. We just saw the replay.
Yeah, you've been seeing it more and more with players on every level, just jumping these screen routes, anticipating them. You got to be careful throwing that.
That was Cooper Jr. there, who didn't get any snaps in the first drive, getting the block. So it feels like he's healthy, putting his face into the fan. That's a Cignetti football team.
Another one.
Quick to the right. Feels like they think they found something on the edges. Great open field tackle from Alabama.
What it's going to come down to, you get the ball in your skill position player hands. Open field tackling is going to be at a premium all afternoon long.
Huge tackle there. That's the thing. Like, the boring thing is once they staple them to the ground.
Yep.
I know you say that, D,
yeah.
but hey, they're going to catch the ball. We need to get them down within 1 or 2 steps to force a 3rd and 1 here.
3rd and 1. Can he pick up 3 feet at the Rose Bowl? Indiana, Fernando Mendoza under center, hands it off. Dancing, I don't know. It is a first down?
Yeah, he got it.
Yes.
I use the #1 3rd down team in the entire country.
How about this IU team ranking on offense and on defense? But on the offensive side, obviously they win a Heisman. 3rd down, red zone, you name it, Tone. This team gets it done.
Yeah, like when you do the research for this, there's no weakness. Offense, defense, they're top 10, top 20 in literally every single category. They're just a fully complete team.
What did the line end at DraftKings?
7.5, -7.5 to IU.
Indiana favored over Alabama coming into the Rose Bowl. Crazy. I mean, it's just crazy every time you say it, but it's very real. And the Hoosiers fans, they've built up this belief in their team being able to go fight you, just like the Big Ten championship when they got your Ohio State Buckeyes, AJ, huh?
Yeah, they won, and they won that game. They deserved to win it. But what I like about Indiana, they're here. This is the first time, you know, for a lot of firsts, but they're not a gimmicky team. They're not a gimmicky offense where they're trying to trick you. Like, hey, we're going to run the ball down your throat, and we're going to try to let Mendoza cook when it's time.
Cooper in motion. Record to the right. Mendoza takes a shot to his roommate. What a catch from the Big Ten championship star, Charlie Becker, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Now, obviously, it's been raining for 72 hours. So when you hit the dirt in the white pants, you are going to get some mud on your boots. But what a catch by Becker, continuing with what he was doing at the Big Ten championship. A connection with a roommate is obviously going to be a little bit better, you'd think, D-Bud.
Oh, yeah, that's a big-time throw from Mendoza, and a big-time catch on that sideline, getting that foot down. It's beautiful football field. They did a great job this field.
Yeah, it's the Rose Bowl. Great run from Kalen Black. They had Surratt, Cooper, Becker, Fernando Mendoza. Indiana has a litany of weapons available. What a throw there to Becker. Timing, anticipation, right on the sideline. Actual toe touch. Spanks has made his presence known.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a Sunday throw. You talk about a quarterback being able to make all the throws. It's those to the boundary on the sideline, putting it in a position where only your guy can catch it.
Riley Nowakowski in motion. Kalen Black, power football, right up the gut. I like what they're doing here, AJ, trying to set a standard of physicality early.
Yeah, push the ball outside early, get the ball in your hands, and then try to run the ball. If they continue to stay balanced, it's going to be tough to stop for 4 straight quarters.
Alabama has not been able to stop the run all season long, Tone Diggs.
No, they're top 10 against the pass, but running the ball and stopping the run is not something that they've excelled at, which is not normal for an Alabama football team either.
Yeah, because normally D-line, especially in the middle of it, is stopped. But people have been able to take advantage of it. Pass defense good, run defense bad. Can you win a national championship with that? Fernando Mendoza. Quick to E.J. Williams Jr. Tough to bring down. Gain of about 9. I like what they're kind of doing whatever the hell they want right now, D-Bud.
Yeah, if you got off coverage on that outside, even if it's a run play, you can just get it out there to your playmaker and let him break a one-on-one tackle. Xavier Brown did a good job once again getting them down, but that's a 9-yard gain. You'll take that every time if you're Indiana.
Once you start humming in the run game, too, the RPOs start working a little bit better right there. Fake the handoff. Couple people get sucked up in there, and then boom, one-on-one on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Never good when these linebackers get sucked up. Creates a lot of space in the back end.
Big 12 officials here have been doing a great job. Back judge incredibly jacked standing in front of us. First down, Indiana Hoosiers. There's a scrum. There's some toughness.
Hey.
There's an Indiana Hoosier team trying to say, it's our time, D-Bud.
That's a message sent early. AJ always points out the physicality, how teams are finishing games. Are you finishing on your front foot? Are you finishing plays on your front foot? Send it a message early from Indiana.
The whole team was in on that one, Con Man.
Yeah, we've been at home games, Pat. I don't know if there's been an energy like there is right now from these IU fans. They're going ballistic down here.
We're right in front of some of the Alabama faithful. I think they're realizing that Indiana is more than a basketball school. Run for nothing. Nick Saban told a story this morning about how he was golfing this past weekend with some Alabama faithful, and they said, well, we should beat the hell out of Indiana. And he was like, what? Says who? And they go, it's Indiana. So obviously you should beat it. It's like there's some people that don't get it. But what you need to understand is the way Signetti evaluates talent, he's got his guys in here quickly and sustainable, I think, AJ.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do if you actually think about it. The fact that they're back here after the unbelievable year they had last year, I think the Indiana is here to stay.
They got the money, they got the coach, they got the talent. They got E.J. Williams Jr. and Surratt to the left. Curt Signetti takes his first timeout of the game, and we'll take a break with him. 2nd and 9, ball in the 12 for the Indiana Hoosiers, 0-0 in the Rose Bowl.
Google me.
That soundbite has obviously been heard hundreds of millions, if not billions of times from Coach Curt Signetti. And Ty Schmidt, what he was trying to do was not only prove to himself, but prove to the school that there needs to be different expectations, and he's lived up to it, hasn't he, Ty? 24-2 as the IU Hoosier football coach.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I think a lot of fans of other Big Ten schools kind of just said, okay, hey, prove it again and again, but you have to respect it because, you didn't hear many players weren't talking, but he put his ass on the line and basically said, hey, what Indiana has done before I got here is simply not good enough, and we're going to change it starting next year, and that's exactly what he's done.
He said he wasn't just like talking to other schools. He was talking to Indiana too, like, hey, this ain't what I signed up for, so we need to flip the narrative quickly. They certainly have. Kid Canada's little brother last year. Now Fernando Mendoza leading a bunch who's #1 in the country. Quick screen, big shot. Number 96, Tim Keenan. The third. Holy hell, what a thumper. 6'2", 320. Helmet to the chest.
Big fella from Birmingham sniffed it out early.
Way to recognize. No free goes. He realized, hey, why'd they let me get free access to the quarterback? Oh, redirect and get a kill shot.
It's a vet right there. Vet move. Love seeing a big D lineman sniff it out.
Josh Chapman is walking on the sideline of this Alabama football team. This guy looks exactly like him. Fernando Mendoza hands it off again. Nothing. That was third down, folks. We got a field goal attempt here at the Rose Bowl to crack open this scoring drought. Not a bad drive out of Indiana, I'll tell you. They were able to move, obviously get down to the red zone. You're looking for a touchdown. Any points are going to be okay.
Started on the 3 down here.
Mendoza said he's having communication issues. So are we, brother. We had walkie-talkies going beforehand.
It's a little thing, but a big thing, too, there. A little read option. He handed the ball off. But 4-2 was right in his face, touched on him a little bit, let him know, hey, I'm here. Don't think about pulling it.
Hey, you guys are doing a great job. Great first quarter. Yeah, come on, brother. Good luck the rest of the way. Big 12 referee, obviously so dialed in. I almost just got completely stood up by him, but he said appreciate you.
Not a smack in the mouth.
2 seconds left in the first quarter here. Are we going to run us to the end of the quarter? Is there a delay of game?
Number 72 had his helmet off. He cannot come back in for another play.
Okay. That could actually be a big deal because another play doesn't mean just end of quarter gets it over with. And we are now at zeros on the clock.
That's the end
Quarter
of the first
one
quarter.
is over. A field goal attempt will start the second quarter for the Indiana Hoosiers. 0-0 here at the 112th edition of the Rose Bowl in beautiful Pasadena, California. It's the granddaddy of them all. And this one is going to be an instant classic, it feels like. Indiana, Alabama. The Rose Bowl, and now they're not letting the quarterback talk to the coach. So you tell me if there's a little bit of a work. The comms issues here at the Rose Bowl, certainly a real thing, not only for us, but for IU. We'll see if Alabama has to battle the same issues. Don't know what the college rules are. In the NFL, if one side goes down, the other side has to go down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they take it down.
I don't know what the college, sophistication level is. Good snap, good hold, great kick by Radicic. From Texas, 5'11", 187. That's huge. 3-0 Indiana. And we're going to try to sell you some more stuff here on the first day of 2026. Run for what seems to be 30 years now.
Oh, yeah.
Halftime show at Netflix, unbelievable. Catching a kickoff at his own bowl game, fantastic. Hyping up a great Saturday of NFL football, crushed it. And we're back at the Rose Bowl. The Indiana Hoosiers are up 3-0 over Alabama. What do you need to see out of this Alabama offense, you think, on this particular drive? What should they be trying to maybe set or take advantage of?
I mean, I would like them to get the ball in their playmakers' hands, kind of what we saw at Indiana. Just get them some touches early, force these DBs to make open field tackles, and then at some point you're going to have to establish a line of scrimmage to win these big playoff games.
Let's go down to the toxic table at the other end. Tone going to the bathroom somewhere here in Pasadena, California. Had the IU crowd grown loud for this Alabama offense to maybe be distracted?
Big time. They're coming alive. The band was playing some bangers, and now everybody is on their feet.
Back to the ground for the Alabama Crimson Tide. AJ, your thoughts on both teams obviously trying to establish the run here at the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, I think now we're going to get to see who these teams are. They've settled in. We've gotten through the first quarter. Now it's this. You're going to show the culture and the team that you've been all season. You've come. That first quarter is always they feel each other out. What are they going to do? How are they going to match up against our certain looks? And now we get into our game plan.
I believe that's called the first 15, right, D-Butch? You're trying to see how they're going to respond to what you're going to do, your formations, your shifts.
And emotionally, too, though. You get over that into where all of a sudden now this is what I'm used to doing. It's not all jacked up, and some guys are anxiety-ridden throughout that first quarter.
There's a Rose Bowl parade. There's media. Once football starts, we're back to the same old game we've been playing our whole life. Huge stop by Indiana. Stout defense, Ty Schmidt. Nobody expects it out of this squad.
No, and I think they still haven't got, even having seen that they're the #1 team in the country, I still don't think nationally anyone really respects their defense like they should.
Great job holding that disguise until the snap. Ball snap, hit it, perfect timing.
Isaiah Jones had a huge Big Ten championship game against Ohio State as well.
Indiana becomes the 7th straight bye-week team to not score in the first quarter.
Wow.
They scored the first play of the second quarter. Still, they're playing better than most of these teams that had to bye. Ty Simpson has time. Look at him, can move a little bit. Ty Simpson getting the edge with a perfect slide. I'll tell you what, the athleticism of these quarterbacks being showcased in these big games, I love, because that shows the competitive spirit out of these drives.
Yeah, it's something different in the big games. Throughout the season, your best ability is availability. You got to be there for your team. In these big games, it's win or go home, so you put it all on the line. Down in and down out.
Tone Diggs is back from his potty break. We missed you, Tone. Just know that Ty Simpson got loose, and now we have a 4th and short on Alabama's 34. I'll tell you what, Indiana can get off the field right here. This could break this entire game wide open. Daniel Hill at Wildcat, timeout. We would like to survey this situation.
You guys said a lot of nice things about me while I was up there. I appreciate that.
There were some terrible things said about you as well. You must have broke up the connection, but we did miss you. And we will be back on the other side of this break. Welcome back to the 112th Rose Bowl. 3-0, the Indiana Hoosiers lead the Alabama Crimson Tide. 4th and short, Alabama has elected to
punt
with offensive linemen on the field.
And Simpson's in the huddle with the punter back there.
Okay, so punter is seemingly in. Indiana brought a returner down. Offensive lineman on the field. So is Ty Simpson. He tries to draw him off sides. I like what we're doing here if you're Alabama. That was a clever way to try to draw these boys off sides at the Rose Bowl. Earmuffs, earmuffs, earmuffs. Indiana doesn't jump. I don't like that this returner stayed back here while there was somebody under center. Signetti has no idea they did something good. He never smiles. But that was a great show of discipline from this Indiana football team.
Yeah, you talk about coaching in these big games. That shows that your team is ready for all the situations, not just offense, defense, but we know special teams always has a big impact in these games.
A returner has to get his ass up in the box if they're going to be under center.
Got to turn into a free safety, brother.
Come on, bro.
Offense is staying on the field.
Okay, it's a big call right here.
I like the fact that Sig took a timeout to do a Kodak. Then Kalen DeBoer says, let's try to draw him off sides. Not able to do it? Okay, we'll take a timeout. Nobody says we can't still go for it. 4th and 1 on their own 34. There's been some gimmicks. There's been some strategery. And now we got a 4th and 1.
Wildcat again.
Daniel Hill, Wildcat, takes a snap, hands it off, end around. I don't think so. A 4th down stop for the Indiana Hoosiers. You can run north and south for 3 feet, or you can try to get the edge. If you don't get it, you're going to look like a dumbass. What a stop by the Hoosiers defense.
Wow. Talk about being disciplined, gap sound, and all these good defense we've been watching. It's almost impossible to run east and west on these teams. Now you get 4-6 in there, and everybody in the frame rallying, pushing back, sending a message, setting the tone. Big time play on 4th down right there.
That's Isaiah Jones out of London, Ohio, squaring him up. Don't mind the play call if you pick it up. If you don't pick it up, everybody's going to say, do you got to do all that for half a yard?
Yeah, that's coaching, isn't it?
I don't like the play call. You got a 240-pound running back there.
Wildcat, you had an extra blocker in there. Fernando Mendoza, shotgun, taking over on Alabama's 34. Up 3. Feels like there was a hold up the gut, no call. Mendoza getting loose. Pump faking on the outside. Flag down. Feels like that was an obvious.
Yep.
Holding.
Felt like a horse collar.
65. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Now listen. This ain't Texas, but
you
can't hold them.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Shout out to Bone and Beyonce.
That was a clean catch, by the way. 1 for 1.
In 2026.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Holding right up the gut. Old buddy was breaking scot-free in Mendoza's grill. 1st and 20. Holding penalties, just devastating drive stoppers. 10 yards is a lot for a call that can be made on every single play, but 'tis the game. Mendoza hands it off. Hemby breaks free. Huge gain.
Oh, yeah.
Tone Diggs.
Tone's mic is not working right now. I think he flipped it into oblivion.
Oh, no, he dropped it? Is that what happened?
He caught it, but he certainly did something else.
Hemby gets the ball back.
That's how you respond after a penalty, set you back. Big time run on first down.
Still not working. He might have pissed on his hands and got into the mic.
There's a chance. I mean, that microphone has been traveling. Let's get some hand sanitizer for that microphone. 2nd down and 8 for Indiana. You don't really expect a run to be the one that picks up after a holding call, but being able to pound the rock has everything else going great for Indiana. Up 3. Motion Cole Koski. Fernando looking left. A little bit late to his roommate Becker. Great jump on the ball from Cole Adams. Nope.
Deshaun Jones, great job getting there, not holding the receiver up, not drawing the flag, keeping your leverage. Great job staying square, and then boom. And that's a dangerous throw. He gets in, he undercuts that, picks it off. That might be going to the crib the other way.
There's 3 number 7s on Alabama. Offense, defense, and special teams. College football is the greatest.
Oh, yeah.
3rd and 8. Are they going to settle for another field goal? Are they getting into paint?
Oh, what a grab!
What a grab by Charlie Becker!
Wow!
What a ball.
Out of Nashville, Tennessee to Bloomington, Indiana. A 21-yard snag in the back of the end zone. That's going to be da-da-da, da-da-da.
Look at number 8, Kalen Black. Blitz pickup. Are you kidding me? Stones him in the A-gap.
And then Mendoza throws to a spot. Becker goes and gets it right in front of your grill, con man. How do you feel?
Unbelievable. What a start for IU. Indiana's going to be up by 10 points against Alabama.
That was right in front of you guys. Charlie Becker's got vibes, aura, and an ability to go and get it. The Indiana Hoosiers are up 10-zip after a touchdown to Charlie Becker. Fingertip grab just inches away from Boston Connor, who loses his mind. Over 100 against Penn State and Wisconsin. Cooper got hurt while he goes for over 100 against Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. And today feels like he's earning his way as one of the big 3 outside for Indiana as they get a thump on the kickoff following their first touchdown in the Rose Bowl against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Here's Charlie Becker the last 5 games, 21 receptions, 409 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, the stats before that, nothing.
Yeah. Big-time players stepping up in some big-time games. You talk about having trust in your guy, your roommate. Went right back to that same matchup. Jones made the great PBU, outside leverage, came back with the post route, and he threw it where only his guy could get it.
What a touchdown for this Indiana team. They have highlights littered through their entire season. There's another one. Ty Simpson. Ryan Williams. Tone, it just has not been a year for Ryan Williams. There's been a lot of chatter about him.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he had the big game against Georgia, obviously, last year that put him on the map. He had a big game against Vandy last year that put him on the map. But since then, it's been very, very pedestrian. There's been a lot of talk about drops, but, I mean, he still has the talent to be one of the best wide receivers in the country.
He was 17 whenever he was playing last year, so maybe there's some, life things that potentially happened, or maybe he's just trying to find his groove. You can have a March Madness-like run through this playoffs, I think, and change the conversation about your season entirely. Is that what Charlie Becker's about to do for Indiana? Or is Ty Simpson and this Alabama team potentially going to do the same? Layered route concept. Drops it off to Jeremy Bernard, who had a moss in the game against Oklahoma that kept them alive. That was a great play design, A.J. Hawk.
Yeah, it was. Get him on the edge here. You see Ty Simpson turning his shoulders.
Layered routes, got a deep one, got a short one, got an intermediate one. Somebody's going to be open. Ty Simpson finds Jeremy Bernard. Ty's been on the move a lot more than I expected, Darius.
Yeah, booting out to his left, too. Right-handed quarterback, got to square those shoulders up and make an accurate throw. That's back-to-back good throws from him going to his left.
Germany's special talent. They got it all over the board. They're Alabama. That one did not look fantastic. Here's from Oklahoma in the first round. Jeremy Bernard makes this catch that'll be talked about for a long time. Perfectly thrown ball, I guess, to the back of the Oklahoma guy. Jeremy goes up and gets it, and then afterwards said, I had to make a play for Ty because I dropped one earlier. You did, pal. That comeback from being down 17 points in the first round by Alabama in Oklahoma's stadium, special. Now they're down 10 against the #1 team in the country. Last time they had the ball, they got stopped on 4th down. It's now a 3rd and long. Conman, Indiana settled in, you think?
Big time. The mad scientist Bryant Haynes, Indiana's DC, seems to have Ty Simpson and DeBoer in hell, Pat.
Ty Simpson in this Alabama offense at 50 yards total. Third and 10. Hoosiers fans barking.
Hoosiers!
Ty Simpson, 3rd read, 4th read, no read, down read, punt team. Alabama's giving the ball back to the Heisman winner, down 10 here in the 2nd quarter.
3rd and long. Once again, you're getting home with a 4-man pressure, AJ. You know how valuable that is for a defense. So that's 7 sets of eyes on the quarterback. Tough to find an open receiver. Keep rushing, get the quarterback on the ground. Great job.
Jonathan Brady, the returner for Indiana from Los Angeles.
Charlie Becker, an anti-gunner out here.
Charlie Becker running corner. Yeah, the man just scored a touchdown. Now he's down here blocking the gunner. Los Angeles native, Jonathan Brady. Love that he made something out of that. Wasn't the best punt. Grabs it, gets it. Gain of about 10. Now Mendoza in Indiana. Get the ball back. Are they going to put this thing away in the 2nd quarter of the Rose Bowl? For it. The legend, Coach Lee Corso, back in 1979, won the first and only bowl win for the Hoosiers against BYU. And now, are they staring down another one here at the Rose Bowl? 22-0 under Signetti whenever they have a lead of 10 points or more in a game. He's a damn good ball coach. His quarterback is an elite player. The offense ready for the moment. Can they put Alabama away? Alabama, obviously no stranger to being down. Against Oklahoma in the first round, they were down by 17 in hostile territory and came back to get a win. Massive Rose Bowl, massive possession here for the Hoosiers, D-Bud.
Absolutely, for both sides. This defense is critical that they come out here and get a stop and kind of stop the bleeding, as we say.
Mendoza wearing baggy pants. Gets the snap, has pressure on him, and down he goes. Yanze Pierre getting home first, and I'll tell you, he broke through double teams. That was a ferocious effort from this D-line, outside linebacker from Alabama.
Man on a mission on that down. Quick inside move, got up the field, then most importantly finished and got Mendoza down to the ground.
Yanze, also certainly one of the greatest names I've ever heard. Fernando Mendoza hands it off. More room. Kalen Black, who had a massive blitz pickup in the touchdown earlier, gets some yards for the Indiana Hoosiers, AJ. Oh, no. And on that note, Kalen Black is down after that run. Obviously, you see his legs up, and he was moving. We will monitor the situation here at the Rose Bowl. See on the other side. With a double-digit lead over Alabama. You know, Heisman and success for your team, doesn't necessarily go hand in hand, but it doesn't necessarily rule you out either. Mendoza obviously handling the spotlight well. Third down. What a fumble!
They call the catch and a fumble.
Waving it off. He's waving it off.
I'll tell you what, Riley Nowakowski.
Incomplete pass. Fourth down.
It looked like he certainly had his hands on that ball, in possession of that. They've had him in motion. He's 6'1", 250. I think that might be catch.
Nah, they're going to keep. Since they call him the
catch,
field, I think they're
1
going to stand
foot,
with it.
2 foot.
Live, I thought that was a catch, then a fumble, much like Malachi had last night a couple different times. Alabama's defense should be pumped. They put the fire out there. That felt like a huge stop for this Alabama team.
Big time play started early in the drive, too. Set them back behind the sticks. Now you sit with a 3rd and 12. Big time play on defense.
Mitch McCarthy here, the punter, 6'5", 233 pounds out of Australia. Hits an end-of-end ball right down the middle. Fair catch is called for. Alabama, Ty Simpson gets the rock down 10. Huge stop from that Alabama defense.
Gigantic play on 3rd down as well. This punter is a massive human being, by the way.
6'5", 233 out of Melbourne.
I like that.
Australia. Transferred from Frankston, then to UCF, and then now he's the punter for the Indiana Hoosiers. Bama has 3 drives that have resulted in a punt, a turnover on downs in their own end on their own 34, and then another punt. A total of 51 yards for this Alabama team. Can they get something going? Indiana defense has been smothering. Ty Simpson finds Cuevas. Quick tackle, quick gain, D-Bud.
Great instincts out there at corner, seeing that ball from Pons, breaking on it while it was in the air and then making the short tackle.
Cuevas, Los Angeles native. I think it always means a little bit more when you're breathing the home air.
Absolutely. Probably got 30, 40 people here today.
They're probably in line to go to the bathroom. Daniel Hill, quick completion. Feels like they're trying to maybe get into rhythm right now, AJ.
Yeah, well, hurry up. We talked last night. Sometimes it can get you into a little bit of rhythm when you get up to the line and they're playing off. Just give them the ball.
Torrential downpour this morning and yesterday. Now it feels like the sun might be showing up. The football gods have officially blessed the 112th edition of the Rose Bowl, and we thank them for that. Amen. 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 Handoff. Daniel Hill breaks through the first level. Then a tackle is made. 2nd down and long. I don't mind this Alabama team, what they're trying to do. Only down 10. Let's not get crazy. Let's still run the ball. Let's do a little tempo, see what Indiana does. Ty Simpson, shotgun. Jam Miller was just shown on the sideline. Does have the ball. Ryan Williams, hands catch, takes a big shot, holds on to it, then does his dance. Alabama's fans have come alive with that, D-Bud.
That's a big play. We talked about Ryan Williams needing to have a big game. You hold on to that ball. We talked about drops earlier. You're holding on to the ball. Big shot. No flag from the refs. Love that. And obviously the Alabama fans in that sideline love the big-time catch.
Getting up flexing sends a message to everybody. Is that a spark? Could be. Great tackle there by Daniel Hill. On Daniel Hill, sorry, not by Daniel Hill. Alabama might have found something on this drive. Ryan Williams, that's a tough, courageous catch, and potentially helmet to helmet. They're not calling it in the CFP.
I kind of like it, don't you? Because normally in the regular season, we're seeing guys get thrown out left and right, I feel like.
Yeah, last night, I mean, that was...
Arms back, sailor diving into people. I have so much respect for that.
Let them play, says the Stripes across the board. We respect that. Ty Simpson under center. Hands it off. For nothing. 3rd down for Alabama. What are you doing here if you're Ty Simpson, Grubb, and DeBoard, D-Bud?
He's already made some good throws. Do you move him outside the pocket, let him use his legs, give him a run-pass option? You're around midfield, you're down a couple scores. I would imagine you're close to 4-down territory. I know you went for it already once. Let's see what they do here in this big 3rd and 7.
3:30 left in the first half. Ty Simpson on the paint of the Rose. Audible. They're 1 of 4 on third down today. Can they go to 2 of 5? He has time. Ty Simpson tucks it, runs it, breaks a tackle, breaks 2 balls out. Check ball, Indiana ball.
Was he down?
Ty Simpson, was his knee down? The extra effort or 4 from Ty could be the Achilles heel for Ty. He had it. He looks so athletic.
Oh, yeah.
And then he took a massive shot from behind out of nowhere. Breaks the tackle there. Ty Simpson has the first down. Let's try to get another one.
Oh, that's out.
That ball is at D'Angelo Pawns out of Miami, Florida. Ejects the football from Ty Simpson's hands.
School you heard a lot last night. Chaminade Madonna High School. Jeremiah Smith went there. Old teammate D'Angelo Pons came up. He had to hit early in the drive. Once again, big time hit against the quarterback to knock it out and get his team the ball again.
Turnover on downs. Turnover after a fumble. Indiana's defense stealing possessions. Right back to the ground, up 10, 3 minutes left in the first half. You wonder if they want to take a shot here after the turnover. Instead, they say, let's keep doing what we do, AJ.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see him take a shot here in second or third down. Can you imagine this stadium? They go up 17-0, score a touchdown here on this drive.
I can hear it now, Connor.
Hoosiers! They are jacked up down here, Pat. If that happens, this place is going to explode.
The shot by Pons. Mendoza keeps it. I don't know if he was supposed to or planning on it. It was a high snap. He decides to follow a couple blockers, pick up a couple of yards. 3rd and short.
Fun fact, the 2 guys that combined for that forced fumble, Aiden Fisher and Pons, both JMU guys. Both guys have been back-to-back all Big Ten players. Sig brought them with them. They're a big part of this IU program.
Take it down to the 2-minute timeout here. Up 10. Big 3rd and 3. Alabama's defense can get off the field and get some points on the board before half. That could swing momentum massively in this Rose Bowl. If Indiana's able to pick up this 3rd and 3, now you're talking about putting the Alabama football team away.
No.
Huge decisive play on the other side.
Take it to the east, take it to the west. Diamonds on my chest, big bag.
In Pasadena, California, the weather is perfect for a college football playoff game. Got some bad stats coming out if you're an Alabama fan. Signetti's 22-0 whenever he leads by 10 in a game. DeBoer's 1-6 when he's trailing by 10 in any game. Now, that 1-6 came in the first round against Oklahoma when they were trailing by 17. 3rd and 3, Fernando Mendoza, fresh out of the 2-minute timeout, has Cooper in motion. Pump fake, 2 of them, finding space, trying to pick it up with his legs. He does. First down, Indiana Hoosiers, with these quarterbacks using their legs whenever they need it most, D-Bud.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker for a defense. You cover it well. Very similar play as the last 3rd down that was knocked out. 37 kind of hooked up. Bama did a great job coverage-wise. The quarterback just tucks it and picks up a few, gets the big first down. Backbreaker for defense.
6'5", 225. He's a lumbering lad whenever you're standing next to him, AJ.
He's deceptively fast, for real.
And big. Pants a little bit too large. Hands off to Roman Hemby. He gets the edge. He's had a couple massive runs, Ty Schmidt.
He has, and Alabama, after that last possession, we thought maybe they'd get a little bit momentum. They just feel snake bit right now. I mean, especially the way this crowd's getting behind IU. Boy, they better get a stop here.
That 3rd and 3 right out of the 2-minute timeout was a huge play, because now Indiana seemingly will be able to keep the ball for the rest of the half. 1:23 left. They have 1 timeout. 2nd and 2. Oh, Hemby's got mud from his helmet to his ass cheeks.
Hell yeah.
You can still see the remnants of the rain from earlier today, although it is perfect conditions right now. First down. Indiana Hoosiers here in complete control. What are you trying to do here with the ball, D-Buds?
Look like they're taking their sweet time. Not as much tempo. Probably don't want to leave a bunch of time on the clock, but they're kind of creeping into that area where I wouldn't be surprised they take a shot at the end zone, one of these big-time wide receivers.
Nico Radicic, the kicker for Indiana, season-long 46. Currently sitting at the 33. Would be a 50-yard field goal. We have a stoppage of the game. The Big 12 refs will certainly tell us about it here in a second.
Sig is not happy about something. Is he ever, though?
I wonder if it's the communications. Is it timeout? What do we got going on here at the Rose Bowl? Whitecap, please let us know. He wants to talk to the boys. Big 12 officials have done a great job here today, I must say. The refs in all these college football playoff
ruling
games.
on the field was marked short. We're fixing the chain right now.
Oh, that feels like after further review from somebody that isn't here, it was actually short. So now we have third and about a half yard after the 2nd and 2. If my math is accurate from what old Big Kev just said.
Clock operator, please put
Signetti
120
obviously
on the game
not
clock,
happy.
Please. It'll be 3rd and short.
Okay, I'm happy I followed. We're speaking the same language. 3rd and short here for Indiana as opposed to the
Previous play
first
is
down.
Under further review.
Okay, all right. That can't happen.
It feels like it was already under further review, right? Somebody called down and said, hey, he was probably short. And then now he has to do the official announcement that we are going to look at it again. Is that a cover your ass situation? Like, hey, we're looking at it.
I don't know. I saw it go from 1st down to 3rd and 2. How do you?
And that's going to be 3rd and short, I think, actually. So in my eyes, what happened was real time, they marked it as a 1st down. I think somebody called down and said, hey, pretty big call there. That's actually short. Then they got to move the sticks back, and then they have to tell the world that, yo, we're going to look at this just to confirm that what we just did here was right. Feels like if the yellow line is right, that feels like a very clear 1st down if that yellow line on our screen is accurate. Once again, we're standing at the ends of the end zones, so it's hard for us to see anything. If that yellow line is anywhere near accurate,
then he got it by 1.5 yards.
Yeah, maybe a full body length. I don't know how you would return. Indiana fans are obviously getting a little bit restless.
Yeah.
As they should.
Are they just buying time?
Ben Ward in the truck is saying that he is being told they have a legitimate chain problem. I don't know if the chain broke or if they had him set up wrong. Whatever the case, old buddy came on to the loudspeaker and said that they actually thought it was short. And if that, holy hell, Mendoza almost just sniped Signetti.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Signetti was just pacing back and forth. And Mendoza layered that over top of his head. Perfect throw, by the way. That was a Heisman throw, if I've ever seen it.
Not a chance. Sig's not
If
worried.
that hits you in the temple, it's knocking you out.
Pretty sure Sig had an itch, and he asked Mendoza to just scratch it with that ball.
After further review, the ball carrier reached the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10
Wow.
from the
You don't say.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. There's some parts of this game that some buffoonery potentially happened. I'm not going to blame the ref. I think somebody dropped into his ear and said, whoa, 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 whoa. And then all of a sudden we got full chaos.
Make something up. Make something up.
Yeah, exactly.
Good gimmick, to be fair.
Hey, shout out to Big 12 ref there, Kev, getting it all sorted. Might have taken a little bit of time, but we got the call right. 1st and 10, ball on the 33 here. 1 timeout. This would be the longest field goal for their kicker of the season if they were to attempt from here. Kurt Signetti, 22-0 whenever he's up 10 in any part of any game. Hand off to Hemby. Hemby gets the edge and gets out of bounds. Clock stops, 2nd and short. They've been committed to this run game, AJ.
Yeah, I would expect them to stay committed to the run game. They have been very balanced so far. I'm not sure on the exact numbers run to pass, but why would you not stay committed? The big boys pulling around, setting the edge.
Got wide receivers all in. I mean, full culture for this Indiana Hoosier football team. Never daunted. Noah Koski's been in motion a lot. Fernando surveys. Drops it off to Kalen Black. Good to see him back. 1st down. Clock stops for a reset. We assume Fernando would take advantage of that, not waste the timeout. 1st down, Indiana Hoosiers. Great play call.
Total control, Fernando Mendoza, going through all his reads, trusting his pocket, making an accurate little check down, let your athlete get some more yard.
Speaking of athlete, Noah Koski, 6'1", 250, 5th-year senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's been in motion a lot. They've used him in a lot of different ways. Incredible catch right there. Mendoza, calm, poised. 50 seconds left in the first half, AJ.
Yeah, you know, Sig's telling them, hey, nothing stupid here. Take care of the ball. Don't force anything. Throw it out of bounds if you need to.
Alabama's defense was kind of out of sorts there with Mendoza running a little tempo.
Yeah, got to get it figured out. Got to communicate.
Boys, this one might be coming right in your face.
We're ready.
Hey,
Yeah, you are.
Kalen Black inside the 5. Could be a first down. It is. First and goal from the 5 for the Indiana Hoosiers. They have one timeout, 39 seconds on the clock. Literally all the time in the world here at the Rose Bowl.
The touchdown saving tackle right there by the freshman.
Earlier in the game, an 8-minute and 55-second drive by the Indiana Hoosiers that led to a field goal was their longest drive of the season. Now they're methodically walking down this Rose Bowl pitch to end the half and potentially make this a 17-point game, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, without a doubt. It looks like Alabama, wow, that's a bit of a favorable spot, I'd say. This thing should be on the inch line. But, yeah, who could have seen this coming except for maybe everyone who's an Indiana fan?
Please put 23 seconds
I think
on the
in
game
Indiana,
clock.
and I've been talking about it pretty loudly,
Thank you.
we get a chance to see this team throughout the year when others maybe weren't watching, whether it's the local news or friends of ours that are Hoosier fans. This team was very mature, very good, very early this year. Whenever you talk about Mendoza transferring in and getting it quickly, he did. Defense had some stalwarts that were around last year, got a taste of it, now they were ready for it. This team has been good since jump, Tone Diggs.
Yeah, they have. They've been really good. And people questioned if they could do it again this year. They weren't even a top-ranked team coming into the season, and then they just methodically did everything they did that they had to. They blew out Illinois. They beat Oregon. Obviously, they beat Penn State on the road in dramatic fashion, and then take Ohio State down in the Big Ten championship. They have matched every test.
21 seconds.
And still, it'll take a win over Alabama in the Rose Bowl that might legitimize them with some people. And Cignetti does not care, AJ, if people like him or think they're good.
No, it's cool to see that he's going to be him no matter what. They're going to do what they do, and he's not going to alter off of his path and what he believes will bring this team success.
Indiana currently sitting at 169 total yards. Alabama 94. Second and goal on the 1. Mendoza under center. Roman Hemby behind him. Play action. Touchdown, Omar Cooper Jr. That was easy for our Heisman winner, Fernando Mendoza. They did whatever the hell they wanted on that drive.
Yeah, just stuck to their guns, methodical, matriculated down the field. And Omar Cooper Jr., play action, hard play action, 2 crossing routes. DB's outside leverage. Everyone inside biting up on the run fake. Mendoza, total control, accurate pass. Touchdown, Hoosiers.
You hear a lot of Hoosiers! The planes that were flying west for the last 72 hours had Hoosiers fans packed inside of them to the gills. And now they're sitting in the glorious Rose Bowl, up 17-zip heading into half over the Alabama football team. Congratulations to Cignetti, getting to a position in which their fans expected this, even though nobody else potentially did. What a hit by Pons to create the turnover, and then the offense taking advantage is classic Indiana Hoosier football.
Yeah, you're in a tough position at that DB. You got to try to protect your inside. You always take away slants, take away the inside throw. Those are the easier ones, but it's much easier said than done. Love seeing Omar Cooper Jr. making his presence felt early.
58 years ago was the last time that the Indiana Hoosiers were in the Rose Bowl. The stats of the day thus far, really good for Indiana, not good for Alabama. If you had watched this Indiana team all year, I think you could have maybe said this was going to happen, but it's certainly going to be startling to some who maybe don't know that the Big Ten might be the powerhouse of all of football. Hell yeah! The North will remember. Iowa gets a huge win over Vandy.
Massive.
And then Ohio State loses to the ACC last night.
Miami's a great football team. All respect to them.
Shout out Oregon, getting a big win for the Big Ten today.
Big shutout.
Ty Simpson says, let's get to the half. Down 17. Alabama will get the ball first to start the second half. Are they going to be able to do what Ohio State was able to do at half, which was figure something out. This has been all Hoosiers. And Cignetti at halftime has been great throughout his entire career. I think the coaching strategy that's about to be on display by both of these sides will certainly be judged all offseason. AJ, what do you think Indiana liked about their first half as they're heading in there?
I would say most of everything that they did, they're able to establish the run, very physical downhill running, and then obviously that complements the pass game, opens everything up. So offensively, just keep doing what you're doing.
D-But, what's Alabama saying in there?
Just how do you respond? And you know what? They have last week acted as an example. They had their backs against the wall. They were down a ton. How are we going to respond and come out here and fight? Ohio State came out and fought out of that second half. Obviously didn't go their way, but it's going to see early who had the better halftime speech, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, these Hoosiers fans can feel it. And the Hoosiers are a great drinking crew. And it's New Year's Day, and the Hoosiers are up 17. I assume some alcohol is about to get slaughtered around here at the Rose Bowl, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, I think you can sense that the Alabama fans a bit shell-shocked. Indiana fans just almost ready. Hey, here we go. This party is about to start.
They've been able to do this for basketball. You know, this has certainly been a Hoosier hysteria for the basketball world. Transitioning into the football world, obviously new, but something they are no stranger of.
And I wasn't sure if the fans were going to be ready, but they traveled, they showed up.
They certainly did. Halftime's next, and then the second half of the Rose Bowl. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the 112th Rose Bowl here in Pasadena, California. Currently 17-0. The Indiana Hoosiers are up over the Alabama Crimson Tide. The conversation throughout all of halftime was, can Indiana sustain, and Alabama, who is down 21-0 at the SEC Championship and down 17 in the first round, will they be able to mount a second half comeback? That's really the big question. Alabama gets the ball first. If there's a 3-and-out, you're talking about changing the game. And ladies and gentlemen, it was delayed, but it is still here. America sending a message to the world here in Pasadena. We got a B2, and you don't. There's some things that USA has that nobody else does. College football is one of them. And a B-2 stealth bomber is another. Greatest country on earth, no questions asked. Thank you.
Wow.
Hell yeah, America.
Yes. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let's kick off the second half of the Rose Bowl. Holy hell. I got chills right now.
Halftime flyover?
I just got a red, white, and boner.
I think I got a little freedom erection happening as well. How could you not? Alabama now needs to get something going. Do the refs have the microphone on? Or are they talking into my microphone right now that is still on? You guys are speaking into a microphone that is live on the air. Atta baby. Ty Simpson, down 17. What adjustments were made? Let's get the ball out of our hands quickly to our playmakers. Ryan Williams gets a quick one. Gain of nothing. Indiana needed that, AJ.
Yeah, they did. This is, obviously it feels like no do-or-die drives. This drive feels pretty large, obviously, for the Alabama team right here. And Indiana, a big stop, get the ball over, try to keep this field position.
What do you think's happening at halftime in the Indiana locker room? Are they saying to themselves, wow, I can't believe it, or are they saying 2 more quarters of work to be done?
2 more quarters, foot on neck, foot on gas. We know this Alabama team is going to show up and fight. We got to stay aggressive. Don't ease up.
Loss of 2 for the first play coming out of half for Alabama. Ty Simpson. Shotgun. Pump fake. Batted. SWAT team showing up here in the second half, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, what a play to start this thing off. I tell you what, if you're Alabama, you have got to sustain a drive here. Absolutely have to.
Well, it's looking like they got 3rd and long. Pressure on Ty Simpson, and that thing gets swatted back to Indiana by Mario Landino.
Hey, hey,
hey. Oh. 3rd and 12. 3 and out. Couldn't even fathom the momentum that would head to the Hoosiers. Ty Simpson in shotgun. Little stunt by Indiana. Cuevas gets the ball in the out. Great open field tackle by Jamari Sharp. 4th down. Punt team's coming on. 3 and out for the Indiana Hoosier defense. That's exactly what Brian Haynes in Indiana had ordered at halftime.
I'm sure Brian Haynes and Kurt Cignetti at halftime let the boys know, hey, we are not done. We are going to continue to have our foot on the gas. We're going to attack all second half.
What did Coach Cignetti tell us about the first team meeting after the Heisman ceremony, what he did to that team?
Basically said that he did the exact opposite of blowing smoke up their asses.
He said, that was the hardest I've ever been on this team. I let them know that they weren't that great. Bomb of a punt. No fair catch. Great coverage. And now Indiana takes over, up 17 from their own 21 after a 3 and out by the defense. In the first half, they were kind of able to do whatever they wanted. They were able to run, and Mendoza was able to find targets. This one, his roommate, Charlie Becker.
Absolutely, just in complete control, the ball placement, the accuracy. Then on defense, bring in the hat, lay in the wood, big-time forced fumble. And then another touchdown. Omar Cooper Jr. running across the field, wide open. Indiana in total control right now.
Yeah, they went into half after a dominant touchdown drive. Their defense, 3 plays and they get off. I'll tell you what, Mendoza's got to be sensing some blood in the water. Hemby gets the handoff. I'll tell you what, he had to quick feed himself away from number 23 for Alabama, who seemingly had pressure, James Smith. Hemby's been able to get on the outside. That's been a kind of a weapon for them thus far in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, as we see these defenses, especially when it comes playoff time, usually it starts with the edge. No edge, no chance. You can't let a team be able to get that edge on you. You put the onus on those corners and safeties to make tackles out there.
2nd and 6, still on schedule. Hands it off to Hemby again. 2 straight runs to start the second half. Let's get this clock ticking, and let's stay on schedule. 3rd and short now for Indiana, AJ.
Yeah, not a whole lot of negative yardage plays for this Indiana offense. So we saw that first down. Hemby looks like he's wrapped up like be a 2-yard loss, and all of a sudden he turns it into a 4 to 6 yard gain. Those little things over the course of 4 quarters, those add up.
Charlie Becker comes onto the field. Big 3rd down here for the Indiana Hoosiers. Charlie Becker and Surratt to his left. Hemby in the backfield with him. EJ. And Noah Koski to the right. Mendoza somehow Houdini's his way through the pocket for a 1st down. Mendoza with his feet in these Adidases in stripes have been moving the sticks for Indiana.
Yeah, just being patient, taking exactly what the defense gives to you. Went to a single high look there, zone coverage. Was that a design
QB run
right there? I like that.
Design quarterback run.
I like what you're doing right here, Indy.
He had good vision there, too. Kalen Black in the backfield. He gets the ball. He's been good for Indiana. He picks up another 5-6 yards, just staying on schedule, keeping the clock moving. We're up 17. This is good football out of Cignetti and the boys.
This is how you draw it up. The weeks leading up to this game, this is the game plan you want to install. And if we execute, boys, you tell them, hey, we can win every single game. We can go make a run at this thing if we're able to keep a balanced attack like this.
Over 100 rush yards for Indiana already. If you were to ask them if that was to happen by early 3rd quarter, would you take it? They certainly would. Mendoza buys time, has space, head down, out of bounds, 1st down. Ball comes out, but it ends up out of bounds. Mendoza with his feet, a true X factor, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, without a doubt, no one gives him the credit or respect he deserves. But, you know, we mentioned it earlier, quite the sneaky athlete he is.
Yeah, the tight end fullback, Riley Nowakowski, has been everywhere for this Hoosiers team
Good block
tonight.
on the edge out there in space. Once again, no edge, no chance. That goes for the quarterback as well.
I'll tell you what, Tim Keenan, number 96 for Alabama, this early out of halftime, looking that tired, chasing Mendoza. I don't know if that bodes well for this Alabama Crimson Tide team. Quick one, out to Cooper. Already has a touchdown on the day. Gain of a few, on schedule yet again, D-Bud.
Yeah, every 1st down, it seems like they're picking up 5 or 6 yards and just setting up a 2nd and medium, and then a 3rd and short, converting and just methodically driving this ball down the field. Just I mean, just imposing their will right now on this Alabama team.
Average third down distances for Indiana, 5 yards. Alabama, 9 yards. A little bit different. Mike Shanahan, offensive coordinator for Indiana, dialing it up. Where's he from, Diggs?
He's from Norwin. He's a Norwin Knight, which is in the East Hills of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
He drinks the same water as the football gods. Now he's playing on the football gods field, and he gets another first down. Whatever they want, they can have it. It's like Burger King. They're kind of having it their way, AJ.
Yeah, they are. I'm wondering what this Alabama defense is going to try to do to get some penetration. You got to get these backs to stop their feet in the backfield, go east and west.
Transfer portal opens tomorrow. Just something I will add as we are potentially staring down a rout in the Rose Bowl. Kalen DeBoer was not going to be the Alabama head coach if he lost to Oklahoma, allegedly via public opinion. He wins. They think he's there forever. Indiana dominating here in the Rose Bowl. It's going to get loud down there if this continues and ends up being the result for this Alabama team.
And that's just the standard that is at Alabama, and probably forever will be. With that Nick Saban, Bear Bryant, all the great coaches and players that come through there, championships are the standard.
What they have as a standard, Cignetti's trying to implicate in Indiana, and he has done it in 2 years, seemingly. Are they going to be able to continue to turn the roster over? Well, with Cignetti's roster and talent evaluation, I'm saying yes. Whenever he says, Google me, I win, I think that's because he knows exactly the players he needs, and now he's got a little bit bigger bank. Mark Cuban and the boys are ponying up, and Fernando Mendoza is running head first for everything tonight as he's just short for a first down.
That's no BS, brother. He is in total control of this game, baby. Just reading and feeling it. And you can tell when a quarterback is just in complete control. Nothing is speeding them up right now. If you're this Alabama defense, you have to find a way to try to create a negative splash play.
And Alabama's defense is in zone coverage there, so they have their eyes on Mendoza. Just another guy to account for.
I feel like zone is where Mendoza wants you to be.
He'll pick you apart.
He's addicted to film, they say. This guy knows everything happening on the field. He is true quarterback of the Indiana Hoosiers, and he takes a shot. Elijah Surratt, touchdown in the corner. Perfect placement by Mendoza. Great catch by Surratt, and we got a rout happening in Pasadena, D-Bun.
I mean, that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly how you draw it up coming out of the half. Run, short pass, quarterback run, and then wait for the perfect opportunity to take a shot at your big play wide receiver. You're talking about reading the field, knowing exactly where your guys are one-on-one. Outside of Surratt did a great job with the late hands. Didn't give any indicator to the DB until that ball got there, and it was too late, baby.
Nico Radicic, kicker for Indiana, puts Indiana up 24-0. First drive for Alabama, 3 and out. First drive for Indiana, walk right down the field. Mendoza's legs, a couple good rushes, and then being able to put it right in a bucket to one of your superstars to ice the damn Rose Bowl. That's Cignetti, Indiana, and Mendoza football. Third quarter continues on the other side. 12 completions, much less, and it's not going as great. Mendoza is doing exactly what they are hoping to do in a big-time game that can cement their legacy as a new team on the block in this NIL and transfer portal era. And Ty Simpson is not look like the quarterback coming onto the field. So we have Austin Mack coming for Alabama. We shall see. There had been rumors that Ty Simpson maybe wasn't healthy coming into this game. Takes a massive shot to the back from Pons, and now we got Austin Mack in 2023 as the number 8 quarterback in the country taking over for Alabama. What does that mean, you think,
Man, it's a huge moment to step into. You talk about this defense, this environment. We'll see what the kid got. Sometimes, AJ, you know it best. You kind of get in there, you don't know anybody. You just get in there numb and just let your instincts take over and play. Let's see if he can give this Roll Tide a spark over here.
Sometimes it's good to be naive and no, you don't really know the magnitude of the situation you are stepping into.
Transferred in from Washington. He's 6'6", 235 out of Loomis, California, which is up there near Sacramento, we've been told by Ben Warden Dish back in the truck in Connecticut. They're also doing the Saturday Night Playbook with Dan Orlovsky and Luke Kuechly, Ben and Dish.
I enjoy that. I enjoy that show.
And I say that kindly. I'm a football nerd as well. So
yeah, we are pro football nerds. Austin Mack will find out if he is going to be a pro quarterback here relatively quickly. Down 24 in the Rose Bowl. Good luck, kid. Spins it. Quick drop off to number 28.
He sure looks cool down here. He's a big boy with super cool tats.
He looks apart, for sure.
Was that John Miller that got that?
Yes.
Okay, that's from my perspective, it looked like 28. I'm like, I don't know 28. 26, Jam Miller gets the rock. That's a name that everybody knows. Hasn't been that massive for the Alabama team this year. Austin Mack obviously getting his first action. Ty Simpson, quarterback, had carried this Alabama team here. Might be having an injury. Don't want to speculate. Austin Mack takes his time. Okay, Austin. He's gigantic.
Huge.
Yeah.
He is very large. Ty Simpson, obviously the quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, takes a huge shot in the first half that leads to a fumble, which then leads to Indiana. And then Ty Simpson, who a lot of people had been speculating had been potentially battling a little bit of a back issue, has the emotional moment here in the Rose Bowl of just saying, it's not my day. Austin Mack gets his chance to step up. Come in, swing a 24-point lead. I'll tell you, immediate legend in Alabama. Austin Mack hands it off. Gain of nothing. Indiana stout against the run. You know, Austin was doing a little bit there, D-Butt.
Yeah, man, you get a run, take a little hit going out of bounds, pick up a first down. That's big. And it's really no pressure. Obviously, it is a huge situation, but you're down 24. You're in a situation where you assume he's going to have to kind of air it out. I mean, he's go out there and do your thing, kid.
He's obviously going to know the offense. Transfers in with DeBoer and Grubb.
Yep.
Should be very comfortable. Has a sick leg sleeve on his left leg. Looks very cool. Good clap. Could hear that all the way down here. Settles in, takes a shot. Dot to Jeremy Bernard. Austin Mack spinning it D-Bud.
I love it. That's probably the best throw we've seen tonight from Alabama for sure. Right up the sideline. I'm sure Bernard wish he could have stayed in bounds. But great job. You mentioned the clap, the cadence. That's a huge issue when you have a new quarterback in there. Obviously, this O-line has been struggling. Good protection. Stepped up in the pocket. Trusted. Accurate throw up the sideline. That's a big-time ball from the young kid.
Spun that. I mean, he's tall. He spins it. He can move. Who is Austin Mack?
Hold the phone.
Hold on. Oh, he's got a sick tattoo, I think, on his right shin and calf. Obviously, incredible toughness.
That's why you wear the sleeve on the other leg so you can see the sweet tat.
Yeah, kind of puts a spotlight on it a little bit more. I'll tell you what, I like Austin Mack a lot. Alabama fans should be excited. A little bit of optimism, maybe, down 24. Can they punch one in?
Is Coach here? It's his old team.
I don't know if Coach Corso is here. Obviously, Paisan looked amazing in 1979 as he did at the beginning of the season. Hope he's getting a chance to take this game in. Austin Mack, 6'6" quarterback, in for Ty Simpson. Just completed a good ball to Jeremy Bernard. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Down 24. He can move, and he can spin that thing. Cuevas, first down. This Austin Mack kid's the real deal, D-Bud.
I tell you what, the moment is not too big for the kid so far. Trusting his athleticism, trusting his arm. And that's a different threat for a defense. Obviously, they weren't afraid of Simpson down the field.
Tick, 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 tick. 4:50 left. Obviously, Indiana doesn't want to give up any points, but they don't mind that the clock is continuing to tick. Austin Mack, 3 for 3 for 51 yards on this drive. Puts Ryan Williams into motion. Maybe they speed out to the flat with him. Austin Mack surveying, rolling to his left. Big man can run. Huge tackle by number 12, Devon Boykin.
And he's a great open field tackler, been all over the field. Once again, even though that was a short gain, it's a good play for a young kid. Don't make it a bad play. Good coverage on the back end. Use your leg, pick something up. and live to see another down here in the red area.
Second down and goal from the 5, sorry. We're right in the middle of all of it. Lucky to be here, thankful to be here. This is the granddaddy of them all. Austin Mack fakes the clap, gives it that, steps back, spins it outside. He's down. Loss of 4. That's a stupid rule
Change
that college
it.
football has.
Down by contact, change it.
You need to be touched when you're down.
I agree.
And it's the 2-minute warning, damn it.
Yeah, it's not the 2-minute timeout. There's a lot of things we could potentially change, but there's a lot of things that college football has that need to maybe infiltrate into the NFL as well, including a crowd and fans and an environment that can be created when good ball is had. These Hoosiers fans have been enjoying the hell out of this entire season. Big Ten chance for first time, long time, up 24. Will there be a little bit of anxiety if Austin Mack can score on this 3rd and goal from the 10? Veterans on this Indiana defense putting out a shutout thus far today. Turnover on downs. Turnover on a fumble. Can they force another? Austin Mack motioning Daniel to the left, maybe for protection purposes. Let's move Jeremy Bernard to the right. Austin takes his shot.
Ooh.
Huge. Boom, boom. To Lottie Brooks.
Field goal?
24-0. You're down on the 10.
Who's climbing?
2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the 3rd, and this is a thump from Louis Moore to Lottie Brooks. This Indiana team's physical. I don't think that gets talked about much. They're a physical bunch, not scared to get dirty. A 27-yard field goal to give Alabama some points. Connor Talty up and through. Over the net, perfect ball, 24-3. Late in the 3rd quarter, Austin Mack leads Alabama to their first points. How do the Indiana Hoosiers answer? Welcome back to the 112th Rose Bowl, where the Indiana Hoosiers football team is up 24-3 over Alabama. Austin Mack, backup quarterback for the Crimson Tide, came in and led Alabama to their first points of the game. Fernando Mendoza, Heisman winner, and the Indiana Hoosiers offense are going to have to answer Alabama scoring for the first time today, Debo.
Absolutely. If they can keep doing what they've been doing these drives, it'll be great for them. Just driving it out, staying on schedule, staying on pace. Fernando has been complete control all afternoon long. Let's see if they can keep it going.
MB lets that go over his head. Touchback, 1st and 10 from the 25 for Indiana. I'll tell you, Lottie Brooks covering the kick. He got smoked.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see that from him. Mendoza and this Indiana offense have been able to do whatever they want. Will that change after Alabama being able to put points on the board?
I would imagine Kalen DeBoer and his staff are telling this defense, hey, we absolutely need a 3-and-out or a turnover here. Let's flip the field, keep the ball on our side. We need points.
Turnover margin, number 1 in the country is this Indiana Hoosier team. Tone, we talked about it during the break. Alabama coming back down 17. Took a lot of help from Oklahoma.
Yeah, normally when you come back from that big of a deficit, you need some help. In Oklahoma, they dropped a punt, which gave Bama the ball. Oklahoma threw a pick 6, but this IU team is not someone that normally makes mistakes. They're so good fundamentally, so coming back from that deficit is going to be a lot different than versus Oklahoma.
And I'll tell you, Austin Mack obviously comes in and has some success. That took a lot of time to only get 3 points.
Yeah, I was surprised that they kicked the field goal there. I was thinking score and 2-point conversion the whole way through, but I guess they wanted to get some points on the board.
Hoosiers fans boozing all around the country, watching their team. Kalen Black picks up a few. It's going to be 3rd and about 5. Here we go. If Alabama can go 3-and-out after putting points on the board, all of a sudden we got a ball game in the Rose Bowl, AJ.
Yeah, we do. Huge 3rd down for Alabama.
You look at Alabama's defense, they're all gigantic. I mean, you got 6'5", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'6". I mean, you got monsters all over the place. And somehow, Indiana's been able to kind of do whatever they want. Mendoza just had to run over to Shanahan and get the play caller. The communication's back down. 9 seconds on the play clock. E.J. Williams Jr. all by himself to the right. Fernando Mendoza on third down. He's been good all season. Spins it. It's a fullback, tight end. Nowakowski, who's tough to tackle. Indiana picks up another first down. Best in the country at third downs, and that's continued to be true here today at the Rose Bowl.
Mr. Dependable. Out in open space. Caught the short one for conversion, broke the tackle. Got a big gain out of it. It's a big time play for Indiana. Keep possession of this clock. Keep it going. Tick, 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 tick.
Ty Simpson is exiting the field, heading down the tunnel to his locker room. We obviously appreciate the hell out of him for the season he has had. Fernando Mendoza has had to run over the sideline the last 2 plays to get the play call. We don't know if that's because it's post 15 seconds on a play clock or the communications are down. Nonetheless, no excuse. So what? Now what? Kalen Black up the gut. Oh, shoestring tackle there. This one almost got to 31-3, Boston Connor.
Yeah, no big deal. I'm just glad they're not being that conservative. It looks like they got 4s up on the sideline, Pat. Look out, IU in a rout.
IU up 24-3 and driving. There's 1 quarter of football left here in Pasadena, the granddaddy of them all.
Way more 4s over there.
Fourth quarter, Rose Bowl coming up. The Rose Bowl is what I believe the kids like to call lit. Indiana becomes the first team with a first-round bye to not get smoked in this college football playoffs. Instead, it's the complete opposite. Signetti's boys have come out here and dominated this Alabama team off a 3-week break. I would say that's coaching. I would say that's culture, but I also think it's potentially the roster that this Indiana Hoosier team has.
Absolutely, they're definitely coaching. Everything we looked at and we talk about when it comes to culture, penalties, not beating yourself, toughness, being ready to play.
They've been beating people down. They've been beating Alabama down, too. I think if you listen to Coach Saban talk about his conversation he had with his Alabama golfing buddies, the Alabama golfing buddies are old-school college football guys. So Alabama should beat Indiana. There's no way. And Saban goes, did you see how physical Indiana was with Ohio State? I think that is one of their calling cards. That's one of their superhero
Absolutely.
traits.
And to be able to play with a lead, not everybody can do it. And Coach Signetti does it very, very well.
Austin Mack staring down one receiver. Now he gets off it. Throws it away. Not a bad decision. 2nd and 10. This Austin guy, I like him. I don't know if West Virginia's looking for a quarterback right now, but
Fox. You don't think they want to keep him around here?
Who's that?
Austin Mack.
Transfer portal starts tomorrow, brother. It's 31-3. I'm not saying Alabama's ever had issues, but I am just saying in the state of college football that we're in right now, a 31-3 loss on national television the day before, I'll go see what other places are doing, is a crazy thing to happen. Good for Signetti and the boys. We'll see what happens in the fallout. Austin Mack, free shot from number 6, Mikhail Kamara. He's been around, Tone. This guy's here last year, this guy here this year. He's reaping, obviously, the benefits of everything he sowed there in Bloomington.
Yep, Kamara followed Sig over from JMU over to here. He was all Big Ten last year. He was their best defensive lineman last year. He's just an absolute dog that helped set this culture for Sig.
That's teach tape right there, AJ.
Beautiful. It was stunts, games, everything this Indiana defense runs. They're all on the same page. They don't let everybody is in their spot, so you don't have a bust where you let some contain happen and let Mac outside.
Easy for you to say.
Not really, actually. I kind of fumbled through it.
Intentional grounding? I do believe it is.
No, it was just on the wrong page. Receivers breaking in. Austin Mack was throwing out.
I think that's an intentional grounding.
Moving a little gingerly as well.
Not even a thought of it being intentional grounding. It's 31-3. This is the backup quarterback, is what the ref said.
Yeah, receivers number 1 breaking in. Mack thought he was breaking out.
Okay. So
does the intention matter?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it?
That's intentional grounding.
Yes, but I'm saying, like, if I hit you in the head, but I didn't mean to, I used to argue with the ref, that shouldn't be a penalty.
That's a
hey, I thought he was going to break out, but he broke in.
Off the side of the foot, good bounce. Lottie Brooks downs it. 1st and 10 for Indiana. I mean, what a day to be a Hoosier! Fourth quarter, Rose Bowl, 31-3. Indiana continues.
That's Trent Green.
Trent Green?
What?
Good for him.
He looks huge.
He is pretty big dude.
Trent Green won a bowl game for Indiana? Good for Indiana. We need to celebrate that a little bit more whenever we're talking about Indiana football history. Speaking of Indiana football history, you're looking at the greatest era of it.
Oh, yeah.
First round bye, number 1 team in the country, Big Ten champion, playing in the Rose Bowl against Alabama. Just absolutely demolishing the Crimson Tide on the national stage in the granddaddy of them all. Congratulations to President Pam down there at Indiana, and obviously all parties that are aligned with the same exact thought. If we're good at ball, we're good at school. President Pam of the Indiana University was at Georgia before she got to Indiana, saw what the university did whenever that football team was dominant, got to Indiana, found success, and said, let's lock this Signetti guy in for as long as possible. The athletic director feels the same way. Sig feels the same way. The boosters feel the same way. This isn't just 1 or 2 years. In Indiana Hoosiers fans' minds and in their administration, this is what ball looks like in Bloomington going forward. It's a special time to be in the state of Indiana. That was a pretty good little promo about Indiana.
Yeah, it's great. And it's all true.
But that's what you show what one guy can do to a university. He's
And
changed
president, and
yes,
president.
generations of people about with that university now. Their life is different because of what they have done in a very short time.
Tone, whenever you moved out to Indianapolis, Indiana in 2017, the Indiana Hoosiers were an actual laughingstock, not even worthy of a conversation for college football as a whole. Drafting players, yeah, right. Be a part of the Big Ten conversation, yeah, right. People showing up at their games, yeah, right. Now, Mendoza's completing 30-yard dimes to Cooper Jr. in the Rose Bowl, Tone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just insane. Like, if you woke someone up from a coma, like that's been in it for 5 years, they would tell you you were lying. But, like, Sig has won everywhere he's been. IUP, Elon, JMU. And everyone's like, okay, that's fine. Can you do it at the next level? And he does. He thought he could do it. And the culture that they have, it's insane. They're so good at every position. They're so good at everything. They are the most complete team in the nation.
Ty, there's a new big dog in the Big Ten. And A.J. Hawk, you need to recognize that as well, pal.
Yeah, I mean, AJ is going to continue to pot and whine, but I almost think that Alabama thought they were maybe playing, one of Sig's Sun Belt teams. You're not playing a team from the Sun Belt, okay? You are playing the kings of the best football conference in America.
They talk about rest versus rust. What's the best way to burn off some rust, Con Man?
Yeah, a lot of people say the only way to beat rust is with a nice fat Sig. So I would say that kind of works for the Hoosiers.
IUP made D2 playoffs in his second season, and Elon made the playoffs in both seasons. JMU reaches the national championship in his first season, and for Indiana now, college football playoffs last year, they lose to Notre Dame in his second year now, bye week, number 1 team in the country, and they're smacking Alabama around in the Rose Bowl, and they're not done.
Another one.
It's embarrassing.
Wow.
Wow.
Roman Hemby gets in the paint in the Rose Bowl. They've had 2 running backs average over 5 yards per carry, and now both of them get into the end zone. Cooper has a touchdown. Surratt has a touchdown. Running backs getting in the paint. It's almost like it's a giveaway for greatness at Indiana. 37-3 as Kurt Signetti says, finish them.
Talk about sending a message to the rest of the country. This is a message not only for this year and this playoff run, but for going forward. The standard is now the standard in Indiana.
Ty, remember Illinois was supposed to embarrass Indiana this year. Supposed to bring them back down to earth. They put 50 up on them.
Yeah.
This felt like the same conversation coming into this one.
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't know if anyone really respected them, and I see a lot of fans with belts out right now, Pat.
BTA, Indiana over Alabama. Hemby gets a ton.
Welcome back to the Rose Bowl, 38-3 Indiana, and a rout so far with 10:33 left Check out the stats. You see it's just been an absolute domination from the Hoosiers start to finish. Debo, what do you think about that? What sticks out the most from this graphic right here?
Absolute belt to ass. You always talk about toughness. You talk about defense. You talk about running the ball, establishing the line of scrimmage. 204 yards on the ground. And I would expect that to keep on running up for this fourth quarter. I mean, we're watching it. We're close to this Alabama defense. It's like they almost laying down, tapping out.
A lot of ball left, too. 10:33. This Alabama team, they got to continue to step up and play. I don't know what Indiana's going to do substitution-wise. We may, at some point, see Fernando Mendoza's brother.
Absolutely. I see a ton of the starters still out there on defense. This is also put some tape out there for Austin Mack, seeing what you got going forward with your young quarterback. And look, recruiting is always at the top of the mind when you're a coach on the sideline. So how are you going to finish this game going forward?
Ty Simpson, as we see him on the sideline here in street clothes, feel bad for the guy. What a huge night for him, and unfortunately he's unable to finish this one as Austin Mack is under center on 1st and 10 here. There we go.
There's going to be a lot of questions at that quarterback position for Bama because Ty can come back. Obviously, Austin Mack has looked really good. He was a high recruit. And then Keelan Russell, who's a freshman here at Alabama, was the #2 quarterback coming out of the country this year. So they're going to have a lot of questions in this offseason as the transfer portal opens tomorrow.
Tone, do they have time? I mean, with the portal opening tomorrow, what do you do? Like, when do those conversations happen?
You would think those conversations already happened a little bit maybe because, you know, when these coaches talk like, hey, a part of this layoff was also recruiting, you know, our players back to our team and stuff like that. It's just a lot happening in college football with this timeline.
Top 5 bladder draining of all time.
Hell yeah.
Top 5, really? That's saying a lot.
Top 5. I had 45 coffees this morning for game day, so it's kind of all running through me. Transfer portal launching tomorrow. Craziness. Coach Saban talked about the chaos, and obviously Tone just alluded to it there. During their layoff in between, you know, first round for Alabama and this game for Indiana, a lot of negotiating with your current players to keep them around. It's crazy what's the reality of football. Oh, man.
Tips and overthrows.
Gotta have
Elijah Hardy almost had one right in his lap.
I saw that stat graphic you guys were talking about there. If they had a defensive touchdown, I think that would make sense almost for how this day has gone, D-Bud.
Oh, man. He would have caught that right in stride. I think he already had his eyes up looking at the paint over here and dropped that right through his arms.
Alabama's last 30-point loss was in 1998 in the Music City Bowl to Virginia Tech. Talk about opt-outs. Austin Mack. What a ball to Jeremy Bernard, who, if he was able to stay in on that long shot during Austin Mack's first drive, might have been able to score a touchdown. They had a couple opportunities, but this has really just been Indiana pounding Alabama.
Full control from wire to wire. We talk about being ready. The rest, they were prepared. They were ready to go physical from start to finish.
Think about the only time I can think of the Indiana offense sputtering is the first drive.
Yeah.
3 and out.
Other than that, they've kind of had their way.
Austin Mack looks very comfortable. He can spin it. Gets it out the hill. Open field tackle by a corner on a running back. Love that, D-Bud.
Absolutely. Showing up, open field tackling. That is a hallmark of a great defense, and he's been doing it all afternoon long.
Con man, Coach Sig told us we can't be doing too much ones-on-ones and going all the way to the ground. We don't have as much depth. They weren't able to really tackle each other. We didn't know how it was going to show up. They've been tackling machines out here, these Hoosiers.
Yeah, it's been incredibly impressive. You got to think that DC had them going. And also, you know, a Sig halftime speech. He probably up 17-0, told them, hey, you better get after their ass still.
I assume he did say a lot of that, Con man. You got us fired up down here. Just talking like that. Oh, free shot at the quarterback. That's Devon Boykin.
Once again, same DB that made the open field tackle over here. He had big time tackles all day long. And now he got a nice blitz right at the middle of that protection.
Mad scientist Brian Haynes able to cook things up. Woo. Absolutely untouched. Had no idea he was unaccounted for.
Great rush lanes right there. Rush lane discipline is what we call it, AJ.
Didn't show too early as well.
What did Tone say, or what did Sig say about Coach Brian Haynes? Tone, he talks about all his defensive coordinators, end around, triple option, throwback, Let's get tricky. Ryan Williams gets the ball. He has space. He has speed. Big gain for Alabama. Obviously, their fans are wondering, where the hell was this earlier in the game? Tone, what did Sig say about his defenses since he's been coaching, basically?
He said they can always stop the run, and they're always very, very good. And then Brian Haynes is the mad scientist, dialing up different coverages, different blitzes, different looks, stuff like that. And they re-signed him in this break, and they also re-signed Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator. So this whole crew's going to be together for the next 3 years at least, I believe.
Let's run it back, they say. Speaking of being together,
Indiana.
Fernando and Alberto Mendoza, the brothers, have been together. In the Big Ten Championship, I believe they're the only set of brothers to complete a pass. There was another game where they had it happen. Is Alberto going to get some rub here in the Rose Bowl? Probably not a bad idea if you're Signetti after what Fernando has already done.
Yeah, why not in these huge college football playoff games? We saw Georgia, the national championship, getting some of their 2s and 3s reps years ago. Yeah, what a great little field to come in and get your feet wet in the Rose Bowl.
Fernando Mendoza has been damn near perfect. He's a special talent. Honestly, what he's been able to accomplish without unflappable is how you would describe Fernando Mendoza. They're undefeated, have had no let-ups. They've had a couple close wins, but he's been special through it all, honestly.
Talk about close wins. We always talk about how do you handle success. So now it's one thing to be the hunted or the hunter, but now you come in here, everyone expects you to come out and beat and play well. And they've done it from start to finish. It almost looked like a Friday practice when offensive coordinator script for success against an Alabama Crimson Tide defense. This is crazy.
Austin Mack still at quarterback. Gets it to Ryan Williams again. Has the speed to be able to do that if you get the ball into his hands. Didn't do much of that all day today. Maybe crack this thing to a 28-point game.
See something. I mean, you're still being evaluated. Everything's been evaluated. When you have the opportunity to touch this field at this level, and with the college landscape now, a lot of these guys I'm sure be playing on other teams, but coaches, players, everyone's being evaluated. How do you compete when everything is gone to shit?
Absolute shite. We will have it on record that AJ did not participate.
No, you don't say.
Sky's still blue, too.
You're right. Didn't put his 4s up either last night or today. Just kind of disgusting. You would think you would hope that Indiana would win for the good of the Big Ten, but you refuse to put your 4s up.
I absolutely am a fan of Indiana in the Big Ten. Yeah, I'm very happy they're winning.
You didn't put your 4 up last night.
I put
Miami
it up tonight,
won.
too.
You didn't put it up today. And
I did. I mean, I'm 41 years old. In middle school, I may have been susceptible to peer pressure like this, but not as much now that I'm a father of 4.
More pouting.
Because you're 41 doesn't mean you get to pout for 41 straight hours.
I mean, you call it pouting. You guys can't affect me. It's all right.
Yeah, you were pouting last night pretty good. What? He was super pouty McPowderson last night.
He didn't talk the entire plane right here.
And he refused to sing "It's Been a Hell of a Year" last night at midnight. Both of them. We celebrated all the midnights last night.
You're right.
That was crazy. East Coast, obviously, it's where our families are, so we celebrated that at 11 p.m. local. Then we celebrated at Central Time, and then we hopped on a bird and flew out and celebrated the Pacific Time zone of the midnight. So we had 3 New Years last night, and I want to let everybody know we did celebrate them properly.
We're kind of beating it for a little bit in the air there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Staying a little bit ahead of.
Oh, free shot. Number 12 yet again, boinking all over the place, balls on the ground. Indiana. Hey, he felt good, as he should. Now, if Indiana could kneel this out 10 straight times, we'd certainly need that. Brian Haynes makes you see one thing and then ghosts start happening, and you don't have the protection. Once again, Scott ass free from the secondary.
Yeah, especially for a young quarterback trying to figure this stuff out. The offensive line obviously ain't figuring it out for him. I mean, this was Sig and this Indiana team is doing right now. Wait until he continues to build and start getting these 4 and 5 stars out there in Bloomington.
Alberto Mendoza is in at quarterback. The Alabama fans are heading to the exits, and the IU Hoosier fans are paying their respects to this year's team. Coming out to Pasadena and leaving with a Rose Bowl banner and a ticket punch to the semifinals of the college football playoffs. Con Man. Oh, wait. Who's your daddy? Chance are starting.
Oh, no.
Sig is, I believe, is the question. Who's your daddy? I think it's Kurt Signetti. And he's looking to father the entire college football landscape after being great in the granddaddy of them all. Con Man, Indiana's about to be alive, brother.
It's unbelievable, Pat, truly. And look around the stadium. You know, we weren't sure what the exact split was. I mean, you could probably argue this is an 80-20 IU crowd with all the fans that are still here from Indiana.
We talked about it. Whenever you don't experience something for a long, long time, you obviously cherish it and appreciate it a lot more. This Hoosier fan base has appreciated this entire thing every step of the way, AJ.
I sure hope they're soaking it up and understanding it, which actually I was walking in today. There's an Indiana fan crying walking into this stadium. And someone tapped me on the shoulder and said, it just means more.
You're damn right.
Kirk Herbstreit actually said that earlier today, that he talked to two 80-year-old Hoosier fans. There's Elza Mendoza watching both of her sons play in the Rose Bowl. What a special time for their family, and thank you to their family for raising such a great boy. And boys, I shall say, the Mendozas. Alberto. You know what? I'm going to get loose, too. Yes, he is. First down, Indiana. 4 minutes left. I mean,
got some wheels.
You can kind of ice the clock right now, and Kalen DeBoer obviously is now going to be a part of some records that you don't want to be a part of in Alabama. Last time they trailed by 35 points, 1998, that same year. Arkansas. Woo Pig Suey kicked their absolute asses. Now Indiana's looking to do the same thing. Kurt Signetti has yet to smile while he paces and prowls on the sideline. I can't wait to hear what he says after this game. Oh my God. He's been thinking about it for a half, hopefully, as Alberto Mendoza has a gain of none.
So I noticed IU, they took out all their specialists, but it's still the starting O-line in there for Mendoza. The other Mendoza.
Yeah, you don't want to get him hurt back there, yeah. Now, granted, we don't need to be losing any offensive linemen either.
No.
Man, I cannot wait to hear what Signetti said. I'm looking at him over here. I'm just thinking about what his brain is cooking up right now as he looks around at the Rose Bowl. And he is the one who brought these people here. He is the guy that built this program. Sig might say, you know, they were asking a good question out there. Who's your daddy? Feels like we potentially are fathers. There's a chance he says anything.
I love it.
And there's a chance he also comes out and says, we knew this is what it was going to be. We're not done. We got a big one going forward. And he walks into that locker room and tells them that they're all the pieces of shite. There's a chance that that's what he does, boys.
They have a big rematch with Oregon coming up.
Oregon looked very good today, shutting out Texas Tech, who obviously we have a lot of respect for.
Yep.
Each year during these college football playoffs, from what we have seen, is you start to see the cream rise to the top. Each year, how many teams will actually be able to win a national championship? 12 obviously make it to the dance. They get a shot to shine, and we're counting down to 1 for our CFP National
Champion.
But it does become pretty clear on who can win one and who can't. Boy, this Indiana team looks better than everybody in the country. That's why they're number 1, and this is almost done.